Always a pleasure to see you scrap Scar turrets.
Well, look at that. I didn't think you had it in you. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm just tired.
Tell me. Did you see any of the others?
Yes. I damn near fainted. Even though he had told me about them.
You think that was one of them?
I know.
You're almost there. You're the only one who woke up, Karen. One out of tens of thousands. Why?
In 2077, they voted my city the worst place to live in America. Main issues, sky-high rate of violence, and more people living below the poverty line than anywhere else. Can't deny it, it's all true. But everybody still wants to live here. This city's always got a promise for you. Might be a lie, an illusion. But it's there, just around the corner. And it keeps you going. It's a city of dreams. And I'm a big dreamer.
I had a special surprise prepped and everything. But it looks to me like your hands are full. No biggie. You We can always tweak the rules a bit. Woo! He looks hungry. All you gotta do to make it out alive is not get eaten. Sound like fun? Of course it does.
So what are we in for?
It's not too bad. A lot of walkers. There's a shitload of the family everywhere. I think I can see the purifier. They've already hooked it up.
Maya, Aiden, where are you? We found a way in. South side of the camp. Anderson, we've spotted the purifier, but I'm not sure about this.
There is no other way. We need to get it back. Do it fast and stay quiet, or every walker in the city's gonna turn up.
Shit. Someone's here!
what?
Engineering to officers, we are dead in the water. I repeat.
Main engines are cursed.
Nox, come in. What have we got on the scanners?
Jack shit. Nada. Hey, wait. I see something. 3 o'clock starboard. It's massive. Get back here, Shani. Hold off!
Lock down the bake hull. Give your auxiliary engines. Deploy shields and bring our boat now! Brace yourselves! Gods protect us.
En amaranga husis manje. Nima ulos. Terliki pitna okito. Bakolan. Chunio lokto sushi mag. Aeda staff aflopan.
Please, I do not understand.
Uldathwi. Chamagotun hami. Usmi che yaven sagt. Chi obelatno. Tini horia.
He called reinforcements. We have to move. Masako!
Stand aside, Jin. You betrayed my family.
Run! If we fight, the Mongols win.
As you play Generation Zero, you will scour the open world for different weapons and upgrade your favorites with attachments like scopes and silencers. Take down powerful machines without damaging their parts, then scavenge those same components and use them to augment your weapons with high-tech enhancements. This will come in handy when fighting in different conditions. The dynamic day-night cycle and weather systems will not only impact your senses, but also the enemies, making for constantly evolving battles. You are free to explore the world at any pace and direction. And if you look closely, the world will tell the story of what has happened. The pieces of the puzzle are there for you to discover and figure out. Just remember that some answers come harder than others.
Peggy 16.
Dying Light 2 features a functioning ecosystem that reacts on multiple levels to the things you do and the choices you make. In the example we're about to show you, our protagonist undertakes a mission for the Peacekeepers, one of the many factions active in the city. They want you to negotiate with two survivors who are controlling and hoarding a water supply.
Are you going to insult us with another final offer?
Let's say you choose to carry out the Peacekeepers' orders, one way or another.
Lay back!
After this, you'll start seeing a significant change in the city, as access to the water supply has allowed the Peacekeepers to bring stability and develop the area. There's even running water for the people at street level. And that raises their morale and allows you to replenish your energy on the go. But there's a cost to this. The PKs have a rigid approach to law and order. So while the streets may be safer, it's only safe for those who side with them. So if you get on their bad side... Now let's return to that moment of choice. And instead of killing them, you choose to team up with this group to supply water in the black market. As you will see, this creates a very different set of consequences for the city. With water being a precious currency, it brings you access to new resources and trade. But this in turn attracts the worst type of people to the area. And this is just a single decision, one out of hundreds you'll have to make. But it allows you to carve out your own world, your own city from the apocalypse. Each player's game experience will be unique. And by the way, this is just what happens in the day. At night, well, things tend to get a lot darker.
How could this have happened here? Of all the capitals, of all the nations on Earth, none more vigilant, safeguarded, prepared. Was it vanity? Bad luck? Or something more sinister? One thing is beyond question. This is where we push back. This is our defining moment. If we fail, our nation falls. We are the free world's last line of defense.
is that the idea is that, you know, no kind of RPG fetch quests. There's not going to be like, you know, go and collect 5 apples for us.
Big fan of that.
Or anything. Yeah. So the idea is that it's all kind of story and character driven, and that the game has they're calling it like nodal narrative, I think is the term that they use. But the idea being that there is complicated kind of branching of possibilities depending on the choices that you make with the various factions.
Right, got you.
We are seeing a tree come out the ground to grab that bald man.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was I was going to mention it myself.
Yeah, so there's obviously magic in this. I don't know if it's a boss, actually. Well, I guess it's got its own health bar at the top of the screen, so, you know, canonically, in video games, that means it's a boss. And I've got to say, I was, like I said, expectations were set to, you know, very much let's see what this is going to provide. But in terms of like the smoothness of the action, if the kind of RPG experience is really deep as well, this kind of looks, I think it's fair to say, better than I was kind of anticipating, because we saw it at E3 the year before as well.
Yeah.
Didn't actually see any gameplay.
I'm not here for him. I'm here for you.
Oh shit, freeze!
Come on! Come on!
It was over. The old guard was wiped out. Those who kneeled were now at the gates of hell. They were killing us off, burning our seas from shore to shore. We thought there was no way the Empire could win this game. As fate would have it, the tide turned in our favor again. A new wind was at our backs, blowing us straight to heaven. In our new Eden, there was only one rule. First come, first serve. It was dog eat dog. We became kings, queens, lords, and masters of our own new worlds. Fortunes poured down on us. They had their empire. Now it was our turn. Enemies became friends. Friends became enemies. The best didn't trust anybody. The philosophy of the day was more and more. We were alone at the top of the food chain. Well, we thought we were. In a dog-eat-dog world, we were wolves. And wolves hunt in packs.
This is proper horrible. Come on,
Wait, we'll never get through there.
Yeah,
Shh.
still.
We'll find a way.
Rats are gonna eat him anyway.
Over there, a torch. I might have a chance if I go
Yeah,
alone.
I suppose you're right.
Stay there. Not a sound. No problem.
Enough of this nonsense. Won't budge. You want me to try? Unbelievable. Why don't you try a different one? All over the place. Yeah, finally. Christ. All that for that.
You're a long time. Everything is fine. Right. That's good. I'm following.
They've got sticks in their dummies.
Don't look.
Stay behind your sister, Hugo. The tower.
Come on inside, quickly.
Help me!
Amicia, there's someone over there.
Oh no.
Amicia, he's trapped. Shh. We have to keep moving.
Come on, go! About time!
Oh no.
Hey, what are you doing? Stop!
I'm sorry. We have to get out.
Amicia!
This way.
Doctor, made it to the Space Center. It's in ruins and, like you said, overrun by thugs.
It should pose no problem to you.
Welcome to the Patreon campaign for Wildlife, a sexy open-world action game with RPG and survival elements. Hi, my name is Steve and I'm the director of Wildlife, the game combines extensive adult content, aesthetically pleasing character designs, and fun gameplay mechanics like combat and flying and exploration, all packed up into a beautifully implemented sci-fi fantasy setting. The forgotten and dangerous world of Wildlife disrupts of balance when members from an established human civilization arrive on the planet and reach out for total control. Wildlife will feature 5 different factions that offer various situations for relationship and conflict. And those stories will then extend over and interact with the other factions and create interesting dynamics for conflict and love.
What differentiates the game from others is that it has an element what many people often want, like in this case the sex, and I think that's quite cool.
We want to design the intercourse in a way that is very seamless and flexible for the player, so that there won't be any cuts or weird blends between the different poses. The player can then choose their individual poses, the pacing, and the ending of the encounter to their own liking.
My current main challenge is developing new systems to make it scalable, like combat systems, quest system, and this sort of stuff. But it's fun. It's really fun to build a new system like that.
The people and their skills that we have on board synergize quite well with each other, and we extend each other's functionality.
Die Zusammenarbeit von allen macht das Projekt auch so spannend.
I think we can really tackle this project despite our small numbers. The way we do it specifically right now is not necessarily driven by our own motivations, but by our constraints that we have in terms of finance and the flexibility of the surrounding market about these topics.
My main challenge is trying to make sure we actually can scale the way we need to actually achieve the vision we have as a team. Vision like this, a project like this needs a way bigger team. We have a very good core, but to create a vast amount of content, we need a lot of people. This is a challenge we are tackling, and hopefully the next challenge we overcome.